This is definitely one of the most iconic scenes from Dragon Ball GT. We see the Star Dragon quickly swallow 6 Dragon Balls in front of Goku. Shortly after all 7 balls appear on his chest, Goku immediately notices that the one-star dragon's Kai has become more powerful than ever before. The Star Dragon then disdainfully explains that he now possesses all the abilities of the other 6 Star Dragons. To defeat him, Goku risked everything by nearly letting his own body explode and crazily absorbing energy from Gohan, Goten, and the others, until he finally surpassed his limits and reached the highest state of Super Saiyan 4. Yet the one-star dragon remains unimpressed and says that Goku still does not truly understand him. "You idiot," he shouts. Goku calmly explains that even if he cannot see clearly, he can sense the dragon's movements through the ki. This enrages the one-star dragon, who begins to attack him with useless blows until he is completely exhausted. Then Goku suddenly moves, grabs the enemy's horn, and slams him to the ground with force. The dragon, realizing he needs to be smart, removes a mask from his face and confidently says, "Even if you can sense my ki, you can't sense the ki of objects, right?" He then throws the mask at Goku. The mask flies past Goku, then circles around him from behind. But the villain didn't know that Goku was already familiar with this technique. "Cheap tricks," he says disdainfully, even with his ears hurting from the sonic impact. Then Goku no longer holds back and begins his true counteroffensive. As the Star Dragon turns away from the mask, Goku quickly charges at Kamehameha. The blast hits the enemy head-on. As the smoke clears, the dragon vanishes into pieces. The people on Earth begin to celebrate and believe the crisis is over. But as Pan tries to gather the scattered Dragon Balls, they start bouncing and rolling in one direction. To everyone's surprise, the Star Dragon reappears and grabs the balls. He wasn't dead. Annoyed, he admits that he underestimated Goku. Then he repeats the previous scene, swallowing all the balls again and evolving into the Super One-Star Dragon. With a single snap of his fingers, he causes a huge explosion. As the smoke clears, the scene has turned into a desert. Everyone except Goku has an unknown fate. This angers Goku. "Attack me, but don't touch my friends." With that, he bursts forth in anger and charges at the enemy with full force. Yet, under Goku's blows, the dragon's body remains unharmed. Suddenly, thousands of degrees burn Goku's body. He recognizes the blow. It's the high-temperature technique of the 4-star dragon. The dragon then uses the 3-star dragon's technique to freeze Goku instantly. With sarcasm, he says, "Since you recognize the blows so well, you'll recognize them all today." After a series of attacks, Goku is so injured that he can't move on his own anymore. The dragon taunts, "Now you've recognized them all, haven't you?" Goku responds, "Of course. I've been through all that before. It no longer works against me." Before he can finish the sentence, the dragon attacks him again with punches and kicks. Goku cannot defend himself and is tossed around like a ball. The battle reaches a critical point. All allies are severely injured. Goku struggles to stand, but still doesn't know how to defeat the dragon. At this moment, the enemy appears behind him and calmly says, "Get ready, Goku. Your time has come." Goku then makes a decision. He suddenly turns, grabs the dragon, and just like Vegeta did against Majin, he gathers all his energy for one last explosion.